Hi, Cancer. How you doing? Welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. I feel the comfort, yet also the shimmery with you guys. There's change for sure. And I also heard third wave. So I know that refers to the virus that's going around, though for you, I feel like it could also be that. There's a wave of something coming through, maybe inspiration. That'd be cool, right? Maybe this validation that you made the choices you need to make. All right, quite a few cards out. Yeah, we got them all out. You're ready, I guess. You're ready to hear it. Clearly, Judgment's the first card out. We got Judgment, the Star, and 8 of Swords, girl, boy, whoever you are, Cancer. Authenticity, your intuition. That's what's getting you out of whatever you don't feel is free. And you might need someone to say it to you. So maybe there's an Aquarius in your life that's been trying to tell you or is going to clearly state it to you. Like, hey, like, don't you think it's time for you to just be you and not be trapped in whatever you think is wrong? Maybe it's not wrong. Or maybe it's you saying to yourself, hey, like, it's time for me to like reveal who I am. It's time for me to come out of my shell a little bit more. Because you take responsibility upon yourself, and now it's like, well, what is that responsibility in Sagittarius season? There's a responsibility to yourself. This season shows us all like where freedom is necessary and where maybe the next step for freedom is for each and every one of us. And we have the Moon, the Page of Swords, and the 5 of Wands. So the full moon has been coming up strong for everyone. There's a full moon in Gemini on November 30th. So it might be showing you where it's just an unnecessary fight, or where there's where you might have immature feelings that need to grow, or showing you where you need to be a little bit more playful and not care too much about certain things so that you don't go here. So it's revealing maybe these insecurities that are no longer needed for you in the way that you're growing. So it's more emotional as being a water sign. There's something specifically that's been emotionally affecting you for a while, and it's a cycle. And the antidote to that thing is the opposite. So you need the opposing thing in order for you to really move forward with whatever that is, so that you can have the sparkle. You can have the comfort of knowing, oh, this is what I need for myself. And also like, ooh, now things feel a little new again. I feel this sense of sureness in myself, and the intuition that I carry, and the responsibility that I feel for. And then, yeah. So just, yeah, deep breaths. I know there's a lot happening in the water right now. I do. And then we have the Queen of Cups, the Fool, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. This is you embracing that you have this ability to, no, I'm going to keep them up. You have this ability to take leaps to make you not feel stuck, and it can feel unsafe, but you're ready for it. You know what it takes to make moves. And it's been a while since you've moved this particular thing, whatever's felt you stuck to a certain cycle, like we've been talking about. So whatever's made you feel stuck in that certain cycle, you know that the antidote to that is to do the exact opposite, which may feel like a big risk that you're taking with yourself and with your feelings, though it's going to bring you much understanding of more about how you show and teach other people just by being yourself and just by taking that risk, because you understand that's the next way to carve. That's the next mountain to go into. That's the next mountain. It's not so necessarily to climb, but to carve that mountain. So you're shaping your life in a way that you may not have thought a few years ago. Because this cycle that's been coming up for you about needing to not necessarily listening because you weren't ready, but now you're ready to hear what maybe the universe has to say or someone really close to you has to say. But I feel like this is you. This is your connection with Spirit, the divine, God. This is your connection and listening to what it is that is true for you. And instead of getting yourself caught in the shell, it's this vulnerable toughness and this ability to really go with, like Sagittarius, you go with your process. Though sometimes just like, it's not the same, it doesn't show up the same as Sagittarius, but for you, it shows up and it's like right next to you, but you just don't want to see it yet. And at this point, it's just time. It's this long overdrawn thing to be like, no, like you're totally worth the risks that you're taking. You've done this before. It's been a while. It's been a lot of hard work these past few years with the eclipses being in your placements. It's been a lot of taking responsibility or feeling like you have to overly take responsibility. And now it's time to just really clear that out and do and focus on what makes you feel like you can come out of your shell without feeling like you need to go back and hide right away. It's this revealing of yourself in a way that's so you and so uniquely authentic. So it's like, it's like there's something shifting with most of you that's like, I don't want to hide anymore. Like, I'm revealing these parts of myself that really cares, and this is what I really care about, and this is where I really want to put my energy in. This is really true, and I don't feel like I need to feel bad about it. I don't feel like, and yes, there will be emotion that comes along with you, but it doesn't mean that it's like this bad feeling. It's actually this really, you're showing yourself how strong you are. And so that you don't need it or need to see it from any other place. You get it now. You're becoming even more aware of it and the strength and the mother that you are. Whether it's mother to two kids, or if it's a mother, it's you to yourself. Maybe you've been reparenting yourself and readjusting your view on things because you see that responsibility and respect means something different. And because you're doing it and because you understand it, it's going to show so many others this same thing. And it could be just with yourself. And it's also like because of your ability to carve this next portion of your life, to really see yourself in this process that you're in constantly. And now you get kind of a chance in this month to see it and keep going with it. You got a good streak coming. A light streak coming. I think that that's what we're gonna call this reading, a light streak. You have to give it to yourself though. You do. And that's by, again, giving yourself the freedom to explore and see yourself the way that so many others do. I feel like this is a great month for you to really learn something about your impact in a way that's really helpful for you. So you're learning from yourself right now in a way that is a little different than normal. And it's really cool. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. And with that, you reveal to yourself and empower yourself. Yeah. And this refined nature. And if there is an Aries woman or a person in your life, it's possible that they are a great source of inspiration for you to move on to this cycle, and someone that you can talk to. If there's a Pisces in your life, it's possible that they're also a great person too, but Pisces are in an interesting place right now where it's like a necessity to focus on healing themselves. So it's possible that you might not get the best outcome with them right now, unless you really want it clear, sharp, but if you don't want to get into fights and you want to avoid confrontation, I would avoid them right now because they're in a specific place. But I feel like if there's an Aries or an Aquarius in your life, they might be really helpful for you, or even a Taurus. Yeah. Choosing that wisely is showing yourself the way right now. So really cool stuff. Really, really cool. We'll take a look at these. You can contact me below. You can go to my Instagram. You can DM me there, The Contemporary Mystic. I will have other things on the way, or you can email me if you want to work with me one-on-one, tarot reading or life coach, either one. I hope you have happy holidays, however you celebrate this month. In general, just give yourself time to celebrate and just see your process, Cancer. I love you. See you soon. Hi, Cancer. This is your cards. A nice little view. So, yeah. The universe or an Aquarius, or if you've been hiding from knowing what you need, and especially if it's been really intuitive and it's kind of been hitting you in the face, it's now time for you to listen or to be really honest with yourself about that, the fact that you can keep yourself stuck when it's unnecessary, because your intuition, what drives you, what's important to you, is ultimately the healthy responsibility and that you are and that you keep. So this also could be you needing to tell a Sagittarius something, you need to tell an Aquarius something. It's funny, Sag season. And being really clear with them about how you're feeling, or maybe talking to them about the issue. But I feel like this is the universe coming in and telling you that your intuition has been on point and you know how to move yourself through this authentically, and to be yourself and to get out of that cycle that you might have been in like the past quite a few years. I'd say like 5 to 8 possibly, of being in the sadness but not letting yourself move through it. And that's what this full moon is showing up to tell you, is like it's time to take a swift look at it and move forward with it, so you don't go back and forth between like, yeah, I got this, and like fighting with yourself about something that's not actually important. So this Gemini full moon wants you to be more like the younger version of yourself, or a youthful version of yourself, in a way that you wouldn't have cared so much at a certain point in your life about the nonsense around you. And now it's looking at it as if you really need to see clearly what's been holding you back from not moving through this cycle, and what you haven't been listening to. It's like, and it's right in front of your face sometimes, but you also don't listen to the people you might need to listen to. And then the certain people that you do listen to, maybe a Pisces, it's time to give that a break and give that some space, because it's just not the right moment for that conversation. So the Aquarius or the Aries is the person that you need that fresh perspective from, if that's what you're looking for. This light streak comes with you allowing yourself to also see yourself during this full moon, and seeing what part of your insecurity is coming up in terms of how you're then able to move on from that. And if you see it like you used to, it's maybe at a time in your life when you're more adaptable to change, that would be an important thing to bring in, because then it won't seem so hard. And yes, maybe it's been a long time, but at the same time, that was somewhat of your protection. That was a part of your shell, but your shell is changing. And in order to have that sense of freedom, that water, to be able to carve the rock, the new rock that you're wanting to carve, this new path in your life, and in order for that to set in and really be a part of who you are, you need to give yourself the freedom to allow this new wave of information that you're being given, because the old information worked at one point, but now it doesn't. And that's great for you, because that allows you to lead in the way that you're innately meant to lead in. And therefore you're maturing in that way. You're maturing emotionally, though at the same time, as always, being brave, because you're very brave. And the places that you've been stuck are then able to be healed through how you start to speak about them. Learning through the struggle. Still being brave through the struggle, knowing that you actually really are brave, and seeing that in yourself, not just hearing it, like actually really knowing and believing that. And this Empress at the bottom of the deck is saying, like, you got it. And I think by Aries Taurus season this year, so the birth of the zodiac in 2021, or this next year, so around April, May, I feel like you'll really start to even more so understand where the streak is going, where you're carving. See, look, the light's coming back in. How funny. So this light streak that you're giving yourself is the ability not to care so much and just to keep going. But not care just because out of your protection, but actually not care as much, and let go of some of the things that's kept you held down and that has dammed your waters. So now it's like letting it fly and letting it go and using that as momentum. Yeah. And using and learning from it and speaking about it. Exciting. Yeah. Ride the wave. Don't go under. Ride it this month. Sagittarius wants to show you clearly who you are and how you move, and you'll get the chance to actually see that and use that. And by the full moon on November 30th, I think you'll understand it a little bit more. And as you move through the week in that energy as well. Okay? I love you. I will see you next month.